So my name's Miguel M. Let's see. I grew up here in Oxnard. I, graduated from CI. Worked here at City Core for a couple years. Went to Stanford University. Graduated, and then I moved out to Virginia, right outside of DC, and started working as an electrical engineer for Lockheed Martin. So I've been doing that for the last 7 years or so. You know, I guess more than anything, I would just say it probably kind of taught me how to be a better person. More than anything, um, it was kind of interesting for me because I was kind of in between. So I was a college student most of the time. So then, in a lot of the projects, we'd kind of what I'll with quotation marks I'll say we'll take the lead in that we kind of had to deal with the little kid with well the little kids with the younger kids. We kind of had to be responsible for them, but at the same time we also kind of had to interface with the adults. So we were working on a project, so we were kind of the people that would talk to the the we'll say the parents or the person who's running the project. So I think that was something where it kind of gave me a lot of practice and kind of being able to interact, and you can even call it kind of leadership and a leadership role to kind of deal with people. And because one of the things I noticed is that with the younger kids, you kind of they can be a handful. They can get rowdy, and they'll tell you what they're thinking. If they don't like something or they don't want to do it, sometimes they won't suck it up, and you really have to talk to them, really have to try to convince them to do whatever it is that you want them to do. And on the other end, when you're kind of dealing with adults, they're in general professionals, and they kind of they're serious. So you kind of have to learn how to interact in that. And that's kind of something that I found has been pretty important in the business world, and just in general. It's kind of being able to handle people or being able to interact with others, without really causing any issues or whatnot. So I definitely think that Citicorp really helped me with that and kind of made me better at dealing with people. And just in general, just kind of going out there and doing things out in the community and helping others. I think that's always good, and it always makes you feel better when you do something like that. I get to work in the morning. I go to my desk normally. I check. I'll get in, log on to my computer, and then I'll check my email, kind of see if there's anything super important that anybody needed me to look at or anybody needed me to answer. And then in general, like right now in the current project I'm working on, I have a meeting every morning where essentially we go over what we did the last day. And really what it has to do is I had to do a lot of analysis on the current project I'm working on. We have these requirements where we need the system to do something, and so every day I need to kind of go down. I need to sit and I need to analyze what it is that the system needs to do and how we could do it. So then I present my results from the previous day. We kind of everyone goes over everything they had to present. We can then we go over any questions or anything else that comes up. That normally takes about an hour and a half, and then after that, I go back to my desk. I get my new assignment, and then I essentially start working on that for the rest for the rest of the day. So I mean, that's essentially what I do right now. So it kind of varies depending on what phase I'm on. Sometimes I'm actually up on I'm in a lab working on a system, kind of testing it out, and so I'll do that. Try to break it, try to make sure that I can't break it, and if I can, I let people know so that we can fix it, so that we can't do that anymore. Sometimes I'll do that for weeks, and whatnot. And one of the other things is I write a lot, so you'd be surprised. It's like, oh, I don't like writing, I don't want to do it, so I'm gonna go do this job or that job, or I'm gonna go be an engineer. Well, guess what? Even when you're an engineer, you actually have to end up writing a lot. You might not have to write an essay analyzing some book or talking about how you feel, but you definitely are gonna have to you definitely have to write about what it is you're doing, what the system's doing, what the system needs to do, and you need to know how to write to a certain level so that you can communicate with others and what it is they need to do. Well, I guess the first thing I'd probably say is listen to Efren. he knows what he's he knows what he's doing. Sometimes he says something, has some idea, wants you to do something. You think he's crazy, but I think in general he kind of has a plan, and you should in general you should listen to Efren. He knows what he's doing, and other than that I don't really know what else to say that would kind of be any different than what anybody else has ever told you. But from somebody who's kind of lived it and experienced it, stay out of trouble. I can tell you stay in school or whatnot, but ultimately you're gonna do what it is that you want to do and what you think is feel right. But just know that sometimes going out and doing the hard work now when you're younger really will pay off when you're an adult. If you can really get settled, get a kind of get educated or learn a trade or do something where you can land a job, or you can do something that you want to do. I'm not going to be saying that I'm not going to tell you they're going to be that it's going to be all great, but I think it things will be better, and I think you'll find that all the hard work really does pay off. Once you kind of find something when you're an adult. So it definitely helps.